King. Love you, Shannon. I'm holding you in my heart, friend. I can feel you. Indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me here again on another live stream. Another moment for us to share some things, for us to look at things, if you will, as well. You know, to look at things even when we don't want to look at them, to look at things even when we're fully aware that we're going to see things that we don't, in fact, like seeing. It's difficult. So difficult. It's difficult, one. And secondly, unfortunately, it can be devastating as well. You know, we can feel like we lose something, feel like we're at a loss in something. Shannon, so nice to have you here. Who needs tears? Such a pleasure having you here so soon, friend. What a flippin' amazing opportunity to actually spend some more time with you today. How are you doing today, friend? How's life been treating you? Have you been seeing things? Have you been seeing things? Sick shirt, bruh. Thank you, Spooky Noodle. That's nice of you to say, friend. Me and my mom went and shopped together to get me this shirt, friend. My mom doesn't necessarily approve of my. I don't even know if it's my style, to be completely honest, you know? Like, I bought these shirts in a store, so clearly it's humanity style. But yeah, I like these shirts, friend. I'm happy that you like them as well. How are you doing? How are you doing? Have you been seeing things in the outside world that you maybe don't want to see? And if yes, how has that made you feel? I've been I've been seeing things in the world that I don't particularly want to see, but I had to go and look. I still had to go and look, you know, and I feel like that ultimately is the lesson that I'm pulling away from my experiences as of late. It's not so much that I need to do one thing or another in order to stop seeing what I'm seeing, but instead I'm just supposed to be looking. You know, and it's difficult. It's so difficult, especially as a masculine identifying individual in the world, to just look, to just observe, instead of getting involved, you know, trying to solve a problem. And we will go so far even to nice weed, bro. Thank you. Happy recording. SAD recording. Super actualized deity recording. Yes. Thank you, friend. I grow it myself. I am very proud of my marijuanas. I'm gonna pour myself a glass of Hermes Plur with my loved water. Love you, love you, love you. Extra loved water. How do you feel, friend? How do you feel with everything that's going on right now? I've been lucky enough to listen to some podcasts as of late. So I feel like I've gotten to tune into different types of mind. Literally so many different types of mind as of late. Complete polar opposites of minds. You know, I feel like that's one of the most beautiful things about podcasting me as well. It's the fact that you can almost tune into someone else's mind. You know, and I was listening to Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman's podcast, where Joe Rogan was a interviewee on Lex Friedman's podcast, which is usually not the case, right? So I kind of thought it was going to be an interesting fractal. And it was, everything that I listened to did definitely inspire me in so many ways, as it usually does listening to these individuals. But one of the things that he talked about is just the nature of creating content. Like this is technically media. This is technically media. We're apparently 387 individuals in the space right now. There's at least two of us, at least three of us, right? I mean, it's me, Spooky Noodle, Sad Recording. We have Shannon and Nana and Who Needs Tears. Even Jovan here. I mean, we have another friend, but we're friends here. Jumpin' Jack Jumanji, right? So not only are we now technically creating this media, but we're a new form of media in the way where I don't have any corporate overlords, for example, looming over me. No, Melt. You shouldn't be saying these things. These things are bad for our ratings. Like we don't care about stuff like that, and it's a sense of freedom, while at the same time being a sense of extreme tension, because I have to think out loud, and we can all sometimes think things that might not be particularly politically correct or serving of a certain individual in the world, and it makes it difficult. It makes you see things, I guess. Good morning from the other side of the world. Thank you for being here. Jumping Jack Jumanji, transcending space and time, finding yourself with a mirror into South Africa. Thank you. It's so nice to see you again. We have Joy Leaf joining us as well. Morning Mel, morning fam, morning you. Thank you for joining us, friend. It's so nice to have you here, Joy. How are you doing? Have you been seeing things? Today's topic is very specifically about looking at things. I don't even know if I want to share the things I've been looking at as of late. That sounds so sus when I say it in that way. Rambler, love to you too, friend. Thank you for joining us. It's so nice to have you. You wonderful fractal, you. Good day, mateys. Again, Jovan. Pleasure having you here. I'm feeling a little upset this morning. My phone fell in some water yesterday and it might be dead. I'm gonna take this opportunity to see more without my phone. I'm seeing that my phone is my security blanket and it makes me feel a certain kind of icky way, to be honest. Very interesting. Thanks, Shan. Simply difficult. Has frustrating tears. I like that you are taking this opportunity to see things differently, though. Like, and I feel how beautiful, though, right? Who needs tears? The fact that you're in the stream with us, having gone through an experience like that, and as you mentioned, right, like you're feeling a little bit icky. Is that the word you used? Kind of icky about the fact that your phone has become a security blanket, right? But instead of identifying with that feeling, with that pattern that you're noticing, to actually acknowledge the fact that you are noticing it. And after having noticed it, it means that you were willing to look at this part of yourself, even if it's not something that you want to see. And when we do that, we get to know who we want to be. We get to actually move from that perspective, from that point onward, in a way that is a little bit more informed, instead of just perpetuating and repeating the same patterns over and over again. Phones and I have a bad history, like really bad. I feel for you, tears, but I know you come out of this realization. You'll come out of this realization realizing how strong and capable you are. I'm kind of fascinated by that statement you made, Jovan. The fact that you had a bad relationship or a bad history with phones. It's interesting how these phones, open us up to all sides of humanity. And again, in this context of looking at things, we can use these phones to look at things that we might not want to the detriment of ourselves as well, right? And like this topic is technically coming from this perspective of be willing to look at the bad things so that you may know how to direct towards the good things. But I feel like there should definitely be a balance, and bad can definitely be a perspective as well. I feel like there is so much stuff on the internet, so much of it can be so far into the bad identification that it might not end up serving us again. It's difficult. Mm. Fine. I think I'll share a little bit. share a little bit, but only after I read our thing. We're saying good morning to you, Desperate Ads. Nice to have you. Love from my aunt B too. And then she says, been meaning to tell you about a podcast that I think you'd like. Andrew Huberman. I love Andrew Huberman. I want to like be inside of Andrew Huberman's brain. I just want to see what's going on inside there. That dude's way of articulation. Like I've probably watched like, oh goodness, like 22 minimum of his podcast at this point. I love his stuff. If you like Andrew Huberman, you should definitely check out David Sinclair's podcast as well. You'd love that too, Nancy. They're amazing dudes, neuroscientists. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Many interesting episodes. I love his stuff to bits. He has taught me so much about myself. Sup, yo, Mr. Ryzen. It's nice to see you again, friend. It's been a while. Begin to cultivate the deliberate practice of recognizing that you are in a field of energy that is at all times your perfect servant. Begin to realize it. It's so hard. It's easier said than done, universe. There's a moon gently hanging above our heads right now. Begin to cultivate the deliberate practice of recognizing that you are in a field of energy that is your perfect servant. For what is this moment for? This moment we're having right now, what is it for? What do I degree this moment to be? What do I most want to learn by teaching it? For to teach is to demonstrate, and to demonstrate is to express what you have decided will hold the greatest value for you. Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've been trying hard. I've been trying so hard to see the good in my dad for so long. But I'm beginning to accept that I cannot make it be good by just trying to find it. I feel like that is as much as I want to say. We talk so much about stuff like this that it's almost like I feel like a broken record at this point. It's like, oh, big surprise. Melt has daddy issues again. So I'm done. No, I'm in fact not gonna ceaselessly like I've looked at it and I allowed myself to see, the bad. But now I'm going to look away. At least I'm gonna try to. My phone is a tool that has given me access to all of you, and I see beautiful faces and kind words when I come here, and for that I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for you, Jumpin' Jack. The fact that we can do that. Like these again, and I would like to iterate this into infinitum. There is no such thing as bad. That's the joke of today's topic as well. There is just a perspective. Things happen, and then we tell ourselves stories about that. The story that I was told yesterday, or the thing that happened yesterday, is I was told that I don't contribute. You know, and hearing words like that again, from this perspective, I genuinely believe that we should only say things that we want to believe ourselves and that we want the other person to believe when we say it to them. you know, and then being told that I do not contribute while literally in the same day having baked a whole batch of rusks. The day before that, having baked another batch of rusks. It's like $200 a pop, worth of rusks. And the last, you know what? I'm already getting myself worked up, looking into the darkness. Yin and yang, not bad and good, exactly. They're dualities. They're spectrums, they're numbers on a node, you know, on a number chart. There's a zero, and then there's a minus ones, and then there's the positive numbers. But they're not separate from one another. They're just on a spectrum. Same thing with hot and cold. At which point does it actually switch from being hot to cold? And then realize that even if you dedicate all your time to really finding what line constitutes good and which line constitutes bad, which line constitutes hot, which line constitutes, cold. If you like identify it, let's say with your hand, for example, now you put your hand in ice cold water and you hold it there. Now the water that you identified as cold, if you put your hand underneath that water again, now suddenly it feels warm. After having gone through the whole experiment of identifying what it is, now suddenly it feels warm because it's situational. It's super situational. And the situation that I'm trying to cultivate, the situation I'm trying to force, technically, is not serving me. I don't think I can force it, unfortunately. And the situation I'm trying to force is, I guess, respect, belief, trust, trust. Trust is the right one. And not so much in this space, but with my family members. I don't understand why my family do not trust me. And I've had multiple conversations with my mom about this. And last night, asking her this question, she told me that they grew up in a different world. That the world that they experienced, the things that were strange to them, is now normal to me, normal to my generation. And because of these differences in perspective, I have a difference in understanding about how the world works. And my mom didn't directly say that, but I guess that's why it's difficult for them to trust us because they don't understand. Not at all, but just our perspective, maybe. And I'm curious, like we probably have been facing feelings like this for as long as we've been humans. And it's literally, I feel like, the biggest problem that I'm still facing. And it's crazy to me because like, I feel all of the other problems we've addressed, we have gained some sort of traction on. We've found points that was like, yeah, I feel that, and then it was done. But now at this point in my life, I feel more lost. I feel more. We have a beautiful word in Afrikaans that goes moedeloos. Moedeloos. Ek is moedeloos, which means almost like a combination of I am defeated slash sad slash done. Like gatvol literally means, yeah, moedeloos is the word that I use. Moedeloos, which means like moed is will almost. It's like willless. Like I feel willless when it comes to how much I'm trying. Because I've been trying. I've really been trying. But it doesn't make it better. Do you want to travel? Surely. I will travel. I have traveled. I'll travel some more. But only when I can afford to. When it makes sense to. When I can do good in traveling. Thank you for asking. White Light Storm, how about you, friend? Do you want to travel? And if you're going to travel, where would you like to go? A dad not proud that you're finally earning an income from your r/yoga streams. No. That was weirdly enough, that's where the conversation came from, Joy Vive. When I told my dad for the first time that I'm actually now, earning an income with my yoga and my art, he told me, so something in the context of you aren't contributing. Like I told him, oh, I'm actually now earning an income, and his retort to that was, you are not contributing. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm not contributing, am I? So I ceased contributing. I removed myself from the room. Only say things you want people to believe is true. Like I feel this is a message that I'm becoming so aware of in myself as of late. Hey, we have the MPX 001 joining us. I like that this dude has like a bottomless pit of money, or he's like some sort of super hacker that figured out how to game the Reddit system. Love you. Love you, MPX. Thank you for all of the gold, for so much gold stepping into a new fractal today and every day forward. It's a scary one, but closer to the truth and hopefully increased love and happiness for all. Fortunately, if it wasn't for you, friends, I would have a hard time. Seriously, you friends ceaselessly remind me, that there are good people in the world. I appreciate it so much. Good and bad is all relevant. We learn the most about ourselves from people that think differently from us. That's true, Rambler. That is true. I think that's the thing for me. Maybe that's the thing that bothers me so much. is how similar me and my dad are. You know, like we look like the same person even. When I go on extreme psychedelic journeys, I see myself as my dad looking back at me in the mirror with that coy smile of like, you understand? And I'm like, yeah, thank you. Oh, goodness. Send help. I've broken a lot of phones, lost a lot of memories I relied on my phone to keep from me, but I've put a lot of phones back together and learned to rely on brain. Okay, that's very relatable, Jovan. Same. Thanks for emphasizing, Jovan. Yes, I need to rely on my brain more for sure. Realizing I barely know any people's numbers off the top of my head. Who needs tears? I don't either, to be completely honest, friend. And I wonder about stuff like this, you know. Is it us not relying on our brain enough, or are we freeing up space for our brain to rely on other things or to do other things? It's important to cultivate our brains, even the most mundane. Sometimes, absolutely, your brain is a muscle in the same way. You have to keep practicing. I think you are at the point of peacefully accepting what goes on between you and your dad. It's not easy, but you can do it, Melty. I'm feeling myself reaching that point. But the thing that worries me, Tears, is the fact that I'm reaching that point from a place of surrender. You know, and I don't like to surrender. Very much not so. So maybe that's what we should smoke for. Surrender! Surrender! Just melt more, oh? Just melt more. How about that? How about you do the one thing that you want to be doing? How about it? Melt more. Surrender. Yeah. Ooh, that'll do it. Okay. Yeah. Love is true. Thank you, MPX, for dropping so much love, friend. I appreciate it. We have a White Light Storm saying, I travel to the Middle East, living in war zones, transmuting energy through my heart. It's hard when you take everything to heart. Mm. White Light Storm. What a cool username that is. And you know, the fact that I like the words you use exactly, transmuting energy through my heart while he was living in a war zone. I've shared this with you friends, but I'll do it again because I feel if White Light Storm is still here, he'll resonate with it as well. But I believe our hearts, the beating kind of like frequency generator in our beings, is the fundamental part of our existences. You know, that ceaseless, loving, oscillating, sending energy outwards of an experience, right? Like the archetype thereof is what we are. And the heart is the archetype thereof first, where the mind is the filter that kind of feeds information into that archetype. I don't know if that makes any sense. Not the point of what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so this heart. We know our heart, the way that it's shaped, the way the muscles kind of contort over one another, is already a torus. Not only is it a torus, but the beating of the heart means that there's electrical signals being sent to all of those little muscles. Those electrical signals generate these magnetic waves, actual magnetic waves. And magnetic waves from a center point go all the way around and back into itself, like a torus field. So it does that all the way around, you know. You can see it like an apple forming around this little heart. The apple is in the form of waves, magnetic waves. And then these magnetic waves, we know this about our bodies, can be so powerful that they can be detected outside of your body. And then I believe when human beings come along with one another, these magnetic waves almost intersect and create a whole new experience, you know, between two individuals. But not only that, it doesn't stop creating that energy, creating that wave. And there's like a receptivity that comes in from the top of your being and flows out from the bottom of your being into the earth, being given back to the earth, being filtered by you and then flowing back to you as yourself, as the earth, right? So when you spend time in any space, in your family home, in a city, wherever it is you are right now, that is the example. Like, imagine me saying exactly your street name. Like, this town, this little suburb, this street name, house number, your house number, this place where you are in exactly. Instead of just seeing yourself as this insignificant piece of meat that just moves about, see yourself as a node for the infinity. So there is literal infinity flowing through you into the rest of the infinity, and you can like influence the infinity by this flow, transmuting energy through your heart. White light storm. I don't know if I shared that as well as I could have, but that's what I believe about the energy that we have as human beings. And it becomes difficult when there are other individuals within our infinity that contribute to that flow of energy in ways that we might think is bad. Thank you, White Light Storm, for going and sharing love, friend. Again, oh, so much gold. I don't think I've ever been hit by like actual bars of gold. This is what it feels like to just have people throw bars of gold at you. I'm not going. I'm just imagining this horrific reality where people get told, "Hey, dude, like you get in a ring and we throw bars of gold at you. If you survive, you get to carry as many bars of gold with you out of the ring. And that's big yikes. Gold is heavy. Gold is so heavy. I don't think you will survive. I'm sorry. My mind sometimes, maybe it does that to give me a sense of the bad so that I can choose to be the good. Don't have to experience the bad when I can see it's bad. MXMP. Ooh, even Argentiums. Thank you, friend. Thank you for the love. Uh, what do you want from your father? A relationship, friend. I want a relationship. I want a loving relationship, an understanding one. I want a relationship where we see one another, really see one another. Right now, he looks at me like a child that doesn't understand what's going on. What does he want? Rent, money for food, utilities? He didn't state anything. And I guess I'll ask him. I should probably ask him, Nancy. Like, the farm we're living on is paid for. The room I'm sleeping in is vacant. We have other beds as well. I'm not too resource hungry, fortunately. I drink water. Just drink water. I I eat leftovers more than anything else out of guilt, because I'm like, oh well, right? Like, I'm not worthy of being here, so I guess I'll just make sure that at least I'm serving a function and making sure no food goes to waste. It's contrived. Stories we tell ourselves. I'll ask him, Nancy. Thank you for the encouragement, friend. Thank you for the platinums as well, dropping absolute fat plats on the stream as well. MPX, love to you, friend. Keep following that spirit within that drives you. You are your own omniscience, 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 omniscience. I know that word. I'm sorry, friend. Your words are so beautiful, and I'm butchering one of them. You are your own omniscience. I know omnipotence. This is Bruce killing me. I don't even know you, but I love you already. That happiness we thrive for is within. Thank you for sharing this. Yo, big trouble. The words, I don't even know you, but I love you already. Like that. That to me is really the that's shining out from your message to me right now. I say I love you to you friends a lot, and it's that. I don't know you. Not I couldn't. I can't even know myself. I'm still actively getting to know myself, getting to watch myself react in certain ways, and then getting to ask myself why it is I react in that way, and then getting to the next reaction, react differently, and then noticing how that reaction makes me feel. Na. We're all actively doing that. And in that way, there is no separation between us. So when I say I love you, we all start the sentence in the same way. When we say I love you, we start from this I, and then we kind of like give it a meaning, a label, and then we project it outwards to you. I, the awareness that is the one saying the words, loves you. Because you are that same I awareness. And if I was to love myself, I would love you too. Thank you, Big Trouble. Love you, friend. What a beautiful thing that was to say. You might benefit from Byron Katie. Send me a link, maybe. Many humans correlate physical works with contributing. But that's the thing, Jumpin' Jack Jumanji. I am physically working. I'm like actually physically working. I bake rusks. Gang. You'll see. I honestly believe, no cap, that I have baked more things in my life than 99% of the human population. I've baked probably like 200 kilograms of baked goods, if not more. It's probably more because I do 500 grams, 8 kilograms per batch of rusks. And I've done that in excess of like 50 times at this point. So it's 80 times 50. Yeah, I've probably done like half a ton. I've probably done closer to half freaking ton of baked goods. Actual physical, and that's one of the ways that I contribute with my mom, especially. My mom has a baking business. So when I'm at home during the day and she gets orders, then I just get messages and it kills me a little bit. But I do it. I do it without fail. I freaking do it. So hearing something like, "Oh, you're not contributing," like with this mental imagery of like a literal half ton of baked goods, that I made with my little meat sticks, made. Well, I don't really use my hands. We have a mixer at least. But then having to scoop it out and then scraping it down the pans to make sure it's perfectly level, and then it's missions. It's like gang contributing, and then being like, "Oh yeah, you don't contribute." Oh wait, I said, sir, I cleared me. Mm. Try to remember that your contributions may reside in places that others do not see. You are valuable and effective in this world. Jumpin' Jack Jumanji. Thank you, friend. I I want to contribute and I try to contribute so badly. So hearing something like that is more an ego trip than anything, friend. Surrender, but don't give yourself away. What a beautiful thing that is to say as well, actually. Very important. Surrender, but don't give yourself away. In a way, I can correlate that quote for myself into Meltmore as well. Meltmore is a sound that correlates for me to a symbol, that the infinity, right? So surrender, but don't give yourself away. Like let go of the things, but don't let go of you. Melt the things away because you can do so from a place of having more. So much love. Thank you, Joy V, for sharing. Come to Dubai. I mean, I'm not gonna come to Dubai. Who knows, MPX? Who knows? Maybe it's even soon. Lindsay! It is Lindsay. Thank you for joining me. How cool to see you, friend. How have you been? How's life been treating you? We've missed you. Like water, a spiral. There we go. Max Beats joining us as well. So nice to see you, Maxine. So much love to you, friend. Opening magic portals. How's it even? How's it even? Max Beats. Implosion and explosion, misrepresented as duality, but it's more than that. Everything is, friend. Everything is. Like I feel we will forever only understand in part. And because we're understanding in part, we get to have a beautiful perspective, right? It's like instead of it being all white or instead of it being all black, it is this mix of noise in between. And out of that noise, we pull information, and out of that information, we find value. And to try and generate information that is positive, for one another. We do misinterpret a lot of things, but to try and steer it towards the misrepresentation of duality into what we understand as love as much as we can. Big Trouble. Thank you for your generosity. They genuinely, thank you so much. True, and it's that too. All the same, just different parts. Hippie Young Gravy, the one and only Hippie Young Gravy, sitting here right now. Own ad. You're an absolute legend. He's been like this is not only on my stream as well, Jovan. He's just been like the arpans, and I'm just like this dude absolutely loves arpan. I feel this MPX001. Let's praise MPX001 for a moment. Thank you, universe, for MPX001 coming into the streaming community and probably single-handedly carrying or like being a node of consciousness, being like, hey, what's up? Hey, Reddit, how about people can give you money for live streams? How about it? Thank you, MPX. Thank you, Steve the Pirate. You are enough as you are. Love you, man. Thank you. Oh, ugh. Gets hit by a bar of gold. Absolute like blood rushing down my face. I'm like blurry eyed trying to see what's written on this bar of gold. It says, "You are enough as you are. Love you, man." I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you, brother Steve. So much love to you. Patrimator. That is a cool whatever it is. Patrimator. Mariah is joining us as well. Beloved friend, thank you for joining us. How are you doing? Doing well, team. Correction, I'm perpetually learning to rely on my brain. It's just been a jolt of a reminder that I've been left phoneless. Love you, tears. Mm, I haven't been left phoneless in a long time. The last time I had a phone stolen was in 2019. But this was after having my phone stolen two times before. But I had my Note 8 stolen, and then they stole my like some sort of Samsung phone, and then I had like a Nokia, and then they stole that one as well. Oh, and then I got myself a phone before I left China, and that phone is the one that is powering this Reddit stream right now. He's a master baker. I am a master baker, friend. I occasionally masturbate. It's okay. It's okay to masturbate sometimes, friends. It's completely fine. Love yourself, bake yourself something. Yeah. Good morning, Steve. So much love to you, man. We have on D saying, I hope you're well. Even better now that you're joining us, friend. It's so nice to have your energy here. Oh, Vemi! Yo! I legit. I read old messages and I went through memories of, well, I just read two chapters of my life metaphor. Anyway, title hit me like like a train. I was emotional and then I reloaded Reddit and there it was. Mercy. I apologize. I didn't keep in touch a lot. I've got a lot to do and well, you know the drill. Avemi, you're a whole person, friend. You're a whole person of your own. I don't, do this as a as a node of anxiety or guilt in the world. Yeah, Avemi is gonna feel so bad because I'm streaming every day. No, it's out of love, friend. And this space is open to you whenever you come back, like you're here right now, and then we can celebrate you, for being in this world with us. And that's what it's about, friend. Thank you for doing your part in the world, playing your role. Know that you are seen in this moment of Emmy. One of my favorite live albums. Surrender but don't give you away. I don't think I know the man. I saw you on someone's stream yesterday. He's been in the streams. He's been deep in the streams. It's been beautiful to see, Auntie. Thank you for welcoming as well. Right. Woke Young Gravy. Damn it. The Young Gravy references. We'll meet Young Gravy one day as well. Much love to you, Melty. All you can do is try, and it seems that you are trying the best you can actively. Actively, thank you. The serenity prayer is coming to mind. Serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Uh, I saw a totem pole that had these wings coming out of its side. I couldn't identify if it was a dragonfly or a turkey. But yeah, very fitting. Perhaps that is the lesson. Surrender. There you were. Very fitting, Shan. Thank you. Love being hit with that one, Shanners. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Shanna, for reminding us as well. I think perhaps the place your dad is coming from is one where he worries about you and your future along the lines of what will Melty do when we're gone? Probably a lot. Who needs tears? I thought about that as well today, weirdly enough. Not from a place of morbidity, but from a place of realizing that there is nothing to be right about. That even if I'm right about everything, I'm hypercritical with diet, especially these days, because I feel like I'm surfing the edge of like awareness and complete, I don't know if insanity is the right word, but just like maybe like terrified, of being aware of what's going on or whatever. And if I don't eat well, if I don't exercise, if I don't put myself through, discomfort when it comes to, that type of practices as well with the amount of food I'm eating or with my exercise, cold showers, if I don't meditate, I would lose my mind. I would actually just like go crazy, completely go sicko mode or something. And I believe in these things. Like vegetable oils, for example, is one of the things that I'm very strong in my belief in to not eat. And my parents do not understand my concern, and they're continuing. They're continuing at a rampant pace. And even if I end up living, a longer, healthier life, they won't be there to see that. So even if I'm right about healthy life choices, I won't be right about healthy life choices in this way of wanting to be right about healthy life choices, like proving a point, if you will. So it's like an acceptance of that I've come to as well. And it's in a roundabout way, my way of saying, I'm gonna be okay. Who needs tears? I've lived away from home. Like as soon as I finished high school, I moved out of my home, and I went and found a job. I didn't ask my dad for a dollar, not a dollar, not for rent, not for food, for nothing, because I was proud. I wanted to make a point of it. I can take care of myself. I will take care of myself, and I did take care of myself. Took care of myself for a year working in South Africa, then took care of myself as I was working in China, and then I came back having proven some sort of point to myself, realizing that I'm not right. Even though I'm doing this thing, I'm living this life that society deems responsible. It doesn't make me right because I feel wrong actively every day. And I came back and started doing something that I actually feel is right. And you friends have helped me so much with that. And if I continue, in my opinion, doing what I believe is right in my life, I'm not worried about what the future holds. And I wish he could see the same. I feel that's what my gripe is. Who needs tears? I'm also speculating, but I'm sure it comes from a place of love. It has to. I hope so, at least. You like love is true after all. Are things father could have some help with, even in his reluctance to accept help. I hope so. I'm trying to, but his way of understanding help is different than mine. We have the Gobbledygoo joining us on the YouTubes. We have Nova as well. Even Melita. What a pleasure. What a pleasure to see you, friend. Thank you. Hmm. To recovery. right? Yeah. If we're gonna surrender, we have to recover afterwards as well. So, to recovery in honor of Melita as well. Nova! In the tune of Sega Sound. Nova! I don't know if that was right. I had to go octave lower or something, but that's about it. I so feel you, mouth. Thank you for tuning into this frequency. I just imagine what you said, Japan. Me too. Ermius blurred to you. Thank you. Nova for the love. Gob just woke up and here he is, awake. Awake as ever. We have Uncle Becky joining us as well. What a pleasure to see you, Brother Bear. How are you doing? How's life treating you? How's the air you're breathing? Exactly, you're so right. But what I mean is that even a yin and yang example is that using a yin and yang example, it is to the point a duality, but there is a third component to it which creates the curve. There's a spirit. Much love, friend. I feel you, friend. Thank you for sharing your expression and for in sharing your expression and allowing me to share mine. I really appreciate it. I feel, not only that, but the yin and yang symbol has something beautiful to me in the same context where it has a little bit of white in the black and a little bit of black in the white as well. Right. There is an acknowledgement of non-separation within the duality. And to me, the way that I picture that black and white, black in white, white in black scenario of the infinity symbol is to make the outline. This outline is white with a black fill, and this outline is black with a white fill. You understand? So the same, but different. It is a unity experienced as duality. Like we came here to experience duality, forgetting that we are in fact the unity. What's a rusk mouth? It is a imagine you're taking like how do you explain this? I can explain the ingredients to you, but I don't know if that's gonna help. It's like a sweet biscuit, right? Imagine a sweet biscuit dough that doesn't, I mean, it rises a little bit, but it doesn't rise that much. Then you put it in a very large pan that is kind of, not like an inch deep. Then you fill that pan with exactly 4.5 kilograms of dough. And then you flatten that dough out into the pan, making sure it's kind of level to the sides. Then you pop it in an oven, and then it rises up a little bit, and then you have like a cutting utensil that you push down on these rusks that make like scores of where you're gonna cut it, and then you cut them individually, row by row. I think there's like 40 or 50, let's say 44 rows that I have to like individually cut, and then you cut those 44 rows into four different rows, and then there's like a last single rusk row that doesn't go into the rest of the rows. It's yeah. Anyway, this is something that it's like a pet peeve of mine, from an engineering brain perspective. Like I would so love if it was just four, you know, four lines, but no. Instead, it's four lines and then an extra rusk width of line that goes across like that. Anyway, and then after you cut it and you after you score it, cut it, you basically let it cool down, and then you individually scoop them all out. You pack them on like a drying rack, then you put them in an oven with a little circulating fan running for the night, and then the next morning you stack them five on five on five on five on five into little cellophane bags. You roll them up. My mom has a cute little branding sticker that I stick onto them, and then they basically get sold. And then when someone buys them, this little rusk, the intended use of a rusk is to dip it in your coffee, and then you can like basically slurp the coffee off of it, and then you can do it again, and you bite through it, and it's like a carrying vehicle sweet. There's like a type of bread almost as well. Like it's so calorie dense where eating a single rusk can basically be like equivalent to eating a slice of bread. But my mom sells about 60 kilograms a month. So yeah, the people in South Africa like rusks. I think it would be pretty popular in other countries as well, but I think it's a South African thing. Mel, you broke my heart saying you're eating leftovers out of guilt. I tried to build a relationship with my very difficult mother for most of my life. It hurts. When I stopped trying, it stopped hurting. Thank you. You know, like I'm not taking that as advice, but I am taking it as a means to give myself even more perspective. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lim. I appreciate that. 60 kilograms a month, that seems like a lot. We do two different batches. We have what my mom calls omega 3 beskuit. She calls it a mega 3 rusks beskuit is the Afrikaans word for it because it has pumpkin seeds, canola seed, not canola seeds, sunflower unshelled like sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, and like these almost like sesame like what do you call them, linseeds, so like these little brown little seeds, and all of these seeds have some omega 3s in them, but then she calls it omega 3 rusk. They're really good and they have a lot of seeds in them, so they feel healthy. They're not. They're really not, but they're even more popular than the others, you know, the almost like white bread one. They sound really yummy. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. They really are, friend. You know, I'll make some if I ever come to America. Sounds good. They're really great. All of them is fantastic. It's just very easy to consume a lot of them, unfortunately, because they're so good. So it's like consuming an actual, you know, loaf of bread with your coffee in the morning with the amount of them you can eat. Oh, you should make sure you thank you so far. So nice to see you. You should make sure you thank yourself. How are you doing, friend? Uncle Becky. Beautiful day. Make sure you King in the North. A face. A face. I'll just stop it right there. Let's go, Melty to USA eventually. In these tears. Within the infinity, everything. Everything. It's just a matter of time. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Yes, there it is. The hippie version. How does it feel to be in the sun, Mel? It feels like a crested sword being raised up into the air by a valiant knight looking over a horizon, preparing to set out on an adventure to discover new space. I hope that satisfies. You can go. Thank you for asking, friend. Lane saying, now what is this? What is this actually? I believe this is what we call a human experience. Lane, thank you for having this human experience with me, man. How are you doing, brother Bay? How's your schedule? You're getting close now, aren't you, dude? Tell me what's up, man. Jon Snow. That didn't that didn't want to wall. No, dude. All of that coldness. I couldn't anymore. Melty. You and me both. Breathwork and meditation have saved my sanity for so many years. It's like, whew, whew, shoo. Thank goodness. You know, and those things. So I want to do a whole stream about that. The title is going to be Practice the Things That People Can't Take Away from You. Right? Like, people can't take away your fitness. People can't take away your breath work. People can't take away your meditation. They just can't. They can try, and they're good at it at this point with the amount of stimuli we have, but they can't actually take it from you. You have to give it to them. And when you kind of like give yourself and you practice the things that people can't take away from you, it gives you a very real sense of power. I can't meditate. Every time I try, I fail. Well, King Ko, usually the reason we believe we fail is because we think meditation should be one thing or another. We get this idea, yeah, I'm gonna meditate, and then I'm gonna become transcendent oneness. And then we're like, yes, where is transcendent oneness? Come on, come on. But meditation, for me, is just spending time with you, right? Like in this infinite universe, you, as a being, right now in this moment, hearing these words, are one of the most rare occurrences that will ever be. Literally. like actually. Like the statistics, the odds of you existing at all is very unlikely. And the amount of time that you'll have on this planet in comparison to the amount of time that there will be within this universe we find ourselves in right now is so infinitesimally small that it's almost surreal to really acknowledge what you are right now. So spending time with yourself, I feel, is this gift of learning and recognizing this experience in a way that you're aware you're aware that this is something to be cherished, that it's so fleeting, that it's basically immediate. It's this moment. And then you just spend time in this moment for a few moments. It can be a minute, it can be 4 minutes, it can be an hour. I think the longest I've ever gone is for 2 hours. So it's not a competition about how long you want to go for. It's just how many moments do you want to recognize in that way. Realizing that at the base level, it's you spending time with yourself. Spending time with yourself. Nothing. It doesn't have to be anything else. You don't have to not have anything going on in your mind. You don't have to sit perfectly still. In this Zen pose for the entirety of it. It can help for a bit, but it's up to you, friend. It's you spending that time with yourself. Imagine if Meltmore did a world tour, saying to me that a dream you dream alone is but a dream. A dream you dream together becomes reality. Thank you for dreaming with me, Nova. Do you think they would ship well? I'd so buy some. The Rusks, I don't know. Not only that, but they're heavy. So, like, you would literally pay more for shipping than you would pay for the actual Rusks. It would be a little bit inefficient. Maybe my mom will expand to America though. I'd love to support her in that way. I like the bird in the background. I can guarantee Nova that bird likes you too, friend. He just doesn't know. He just doesn't know that you're the same as he is. say the say the quail. I think they're pretty. They're little papagaya. That is our word for parrot. Alas papagaya, Jovan. Parrots. And like fabulous parrots. Like they're gray, but they have these long tails, and then they have articulate head feathers, so they can either have them like all the way up, and this is just gray, so it's not all fancy, but beautiful, still so beautiful, cool. Like I just have like a genuine fascination for birds, and the fact that there are wild parrots. I mean, they were wild from the start, I guess. It just makes me happy. Thank you, Jovan. You've helped me see birds in such a beautiful way, and I appreciate you for that. So do I, Nova. I perceive it to be agreeing of Melty when he says something like, yeah, yeah, and the bird goes, yeah. Thank you. I love that so much. It's called the gray go away bird. Apparently, gray go away. Careful. I've never heard someone say the gray go away bird. I find the value even in the 2 minute meditation. It doesn't have to be grandiose to reap the benefits. Exactly. The benefits come from spending time with yourself. allowing yourself a moment of your time without distraction. That is the benefit that you get. And even if you do it as wrong as you could possibly, right? Like if you do it kind of like contorted into a mess with one leg in the air on the ground, but you don't have any phone on you, you're just there with yourself. Even that, you would still get time with yourself. Can't be taken away no matter how badly you do it. Conscious immersion in a breathing exercise has had unexplainable results in my life. Deep breaths, deep thoughts. What a beautiful thing that is to say. Breath work, I have experience with dimethyltryptamine, psilocybin, technically psilocin, and lysergic acid as well, right? All of these are psychedelics. But the most intense psychedelic experience I've had using my breath. And it confuses me too. Yes. It's like, wait, excuse me, what? You've smoked DMT. Yep. What was your craziest psychedelic experience? This one time I breathed. It was like, wait, excuse me, what? I mean, it was a lot of very conscious breathing, of course. Going for 3 rounds of 33 breaths with a long inhale, hold, long exhale, hold before starting the next cycle. And on the third cycle, I found myself not on this plane of existence anymore at all. And I was like, oh, excuse me, what? Oh, what? What you say? What? The homemade DMT goes a long way. Oh yes. Oh yes, very much so. I think it's even more potent than anything. We'll need to try some contorted meditations of a leg in the air. I mean, you would probably find a yoga pose, Melina. I wouldn't be surprised. I would love to be there, Mel. It seems to be peaceful. You can just hear the animals in nature. Space is open to you as well, Nova. You just have to come, friend. Like we have open rooms for you to sleep in if you want to. That sounds like me and Mushies, to be honest. Oh, it makes me so happy to hear that as well. Thank you, friends. Thank you for resonating with me. Mm, Good morning, Father Lucant. Good morning to you. So nice to have you with us. I love that. Love you too, friend. It's a biscuit or a roll. It's a biscuit, technically. I think it's a biscuit. I wonder if God sleeps, or is sleeping a human thing? I don't think you would sleep if the spiritual realm, as a spirit, to be honest, why would you when you're a soul? I don't, yeah, sleeping very much is, I feel, almost a necessary reconnection with spirit, right? Like you sleep to reconnect with spirit. If you are in pure spirit, there's no sleep. It's kind of concerning in a weird way. Like it's almost like this is the sleep from the spirit realm. You, as the connection to spirit, never broken, but tethered to physicality right now. I never taken LSD or anything, and I don't recommend you do, friend. This is not an encouragement. Very much not so. I feel the best way, if ever, to take an experience like this is when you have beings that love you to do it with you, that you can actually bounce off of, reflect off of. So wait until the time is right. You've told me about that experience, friend. Like, I'm happy that you survived that. Here you are, born, man, live, awake. Today, when I woke up, I was tired. I felt like I was drugged when I woke up. Are you drinking enough water, Nova? Are you drinking enough water? Try to drink at least 2 liters of water a day. I am up to 4 at this point. I had a conversation with my dad about that this morning, where he asked me, uh, how many of those do you drink a day? And I told him the most I do is 3. So 6 liters of water. And out of everything else that I've tried to do as well, exercise, diet, meditation, sleeping enough, if I don't drink enough water, all of the other stuff doesn't work as well. So drink enough water, Nova. There we go, brother Bear. Drink water, man. H2O is important, yo. So important. Thank you for encouraging it as well. I appreciate it. Sweet biscuit, kind of like a donut. No, it's hard. It's like you dry it out in the oven to get it like super crispy hard, so that when you dip it, it's like brittle. So it becomes like a soft a soft chew with like hard small bits when you dip it into coffee. And if you eat it like dry, it would be like it would be like crunchy. Yoga helped me. Yoga helps me too, Rambler. I'm deep into the yoga at this point. How do you find yourself? How do you discover who you are as a human? You pay attention, friend. You just pay attention. Because there's no answer that I can give you that's going to be right for you. Like the only way that you're going to find the answers you need is by paying attention to what the universe is telling you. You'll see how things, is influenced by your behavior, and then you get to make decisions because of that. I've been super aware of water intake since I was 15. God knows more than he says. Get hydrated at football practice was like, yep, never again. Get dehydrated at football practice. See, you on like a very visceral level realized what dehydration means. Your body actually showed you, oh, this is what happens when you don't drink enough water, and you were like, oh, I feel like I'm dying. So you were like, yep. How about no? I don't want to feel like I'm dying. My body rebels when I don't get enough water. It's like, bitch, what you doing to me? Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. My body is kind of like my body is more instead of like, bitch, what you doing to me? It's like you want to fight though. You want to fight me? I'll beat you to a pulp, and then it does. I wake up as you mentioned, feeling like I got drugged, dude. It's like, why do I feel like I'm running at like 5 FPS? Not that's not that bad. I mean, okay, I was exaggerating, of course, but it really is this experience of like deep, like brain fog, having a sense of just lethargy, of like wanting to go back to sleep, but not feeling that draw, to actually sleep. It's just that discomfort, and then I drink. When I feel that way, I basically try to drink a liter or 2 liters of water within the span of like 10 minutes, and then within an hour of that, things are better again. Sounds like baklava without the nuts. No, no layers. It's like one homogeneous dough that rises, and it creates bubbles in the center of it. And then you cut them into like individual little blocks, and then those little blocks gets dried, and they become super dry. Yes, Nova. I better water a lot more. Yeah, you better drink a lot more water. Please, Nova. Please drink a lot more water, friend. Dehydration combined with physical activity is pits. Yeah, it really is. It like would kill you. Literally, it actually kills people. Please do. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the encouragement. I can come, Max P. Thank you for the love, Javad. No, we eat it in India. I'm sorry, friend. Mm. The fractal you're referencing, I'm missing, Sean. Loving you back. Thank you, Jonathan. Jew? Yeshu. Yes, Jew Yeshishus. Thank you for the wholesome. Rah, 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 rah. To you too, friend. Love to you. Thanks so much. Right back at you. Thank you for the love, Rambler. I would love to see your baking process. Maybe we'll do it. The real thing is the space. The space. The space is not how I would want the space to be, Maxine. That would be a fun stream to watch. Well, more fractals. I've like taken some videos, but I haven't really compiled them just yet. We could do a baking stream. Fine, I feel compelled. I'm going to chug a liter of water. Go, Nova, go, go, Nova, go. Chug a liter of water, dude. Please, please do that. Do that for your body right now. I would love to see the baking process. Thank you, friend. Bot. Ciao, bot. Maybe we do a baking stream one day. I mean, now we have to jump and Jack Jumanji. Three times the charm. Meltmore, what's your opinion on Nutella? Vegetable oils is my opinion on Nutella, friend. Unfortunately. And of course, palm oils on top of that. So it's like double yikes. But does taste good. Right? And I feel, if anything, instead of being like bad, being like balance. Thank you for asking, Inka. Sounds like a biscotti. Yeah, it's like a biscotti. There we go. It's like a biscotti. Thank you, Joy. That's basically the word we use, biscuit. We use biscuit, so biscotti sounds kind of accurate. Like rusk is the English word we use in South Africa. That was truly an amazing and emotional experience for me to listen to your words. We are one kind, one race, the human race. This world needs to hear your voice. We're all in together. Prosperity and health to you, friend. I'll leave you with love. Big trouble. I see three little, I don't know what you would call those things. Arrows without sticks? Yes. Kind of like pointing down and like a badge almost. I don't know if it's like an admiral or something. But I salute you, I guess. Big trouble. Thank you, friend, for the love. I can't stay still and not think, so it's hard to meditate. You don't have to stay still, friend. And you can think during meditation. There's no rules against it. Right? And in that way, there's something called walking meditation. I wouldn't be surprised if one of our friends have already said this to you, but just walk. Just roam in your room, in an environment, and let yourself think about things. But instead, do that instead of having a distraction constantly, right? First thing in the morning, having your cell phone, listening to music, the news, me, right? Then a podcast, then a book, then and doing only that without having any break from the this world, that isn't healthy. And I even tell you to, if it's, I'm so strong about this, I would rather have you not tune in and tune into yourself when we do the live streams, if that is the only time you have to do that, then have you tune in. That's how strongly I feel about it. Please do spend some time with yourself, Ginkgo. It's very beneficial, friend. You know, we all exist for a reason, each and every one of us. Absolutely. Undoubtedly, undeniably, friend, you have purpose. You matter. Literally. Hello, friends. Welcome to the real world. Thank you, Smile Seeker, for joining us. We have the illustrious Aardvark giving us a helpful award. Not any aardvark, but in fact an illustrious one. Thank you, Fred, for the helpful friend. I appreciate it so much. Mm, Ermias Blur. There's different ways to meditate. It's hard for me to stop my thoughts, so I practice gratitude and breathe while doing it. That's a perfect one to do. Melt is doing a world tour right now. Yeah, I'm technically all over the world right now, but I'm still here. It's a trip. We're transcending space and time. Pay for one singular rusk to be shipped to the US. I'm just imagining it like coming in like a box within a box within a box. Unboxing the boxes. Single rusk. Thank you, Maxine, for that picture. I mean, you're not wrong, Melty. Do you guys have peacocks in South Africa? Wild parrots. That's so cool. We have some wild parrots. We have, kingfishers. I don't know if that's kingfishers. I see some doves in my field of vision right now. We have these beautiful iridescent blue birds. We have whatever those little dudes are. But we don't have peacocks. Peacocks are very much a thing here in South Africa, but uh, I don't know if I want peacocks. They're beautiful, but they're also loud, and I do value a certain noise level in my environment. But that's, I guess, selfish also. But I would like to have the opportunity to see peacocks not on our farm. Puppy Shoe, love you. Thank you for joining me, friend. What a pleasure to see you again. How are you doing? How's life treating you? They've got crazy, colorful, and big burbs. We do. Where are you, South Africa? I will do that soon. Gobbledygoo, I look forward to it, friend. I really don't know what that means, but for some reason I agree. I mean, bird, parrot, peacock, turkey, swan, chick. Yeah, I mean that makes obvious sense. Like we are all technically flying around like birds, speaking our minds like peacocks and parrots, speaking our minds like parrots, trying to peacock. When we can all, at the end of the day, be turkeys of the universe or swans floating on a lake. Fundamentally, though, we are but that little chick. Skibbity bop. Thank you, Maxine. I appreciate you, friends, like entertaining one another as well. Glad you didn't take my comment as advice. Just wanted to let you know I understand, and I know you do, friend. And I feel that so much as well because it's not advice that you were giving, and I felt the way that you were sharing it with me in that way. That it was genuinely this acknowledgement of what I'm going through, seeing what I'm going through, and just sharing the conclusion you've came to. And in doing so, confirming what I'm feeling. And I appreciate that so much, Lindsay. Really, friend. Thank you so much. Just a passing redditor, sweet signal. Stop because your energy drew me in. You seem so peaceful and kind. Hello from Kansas, USA. Street signal. Love to you, friend. Thank you for joining us for even a moment. I hope the energy helped. Hope it brought some peace to you. Love to you, friend. It's nice to have you here. Hope to see you again. Street signal. Hmm. If you were a street signal, I see a little block that had like legs, and then it had like triangles coming off of it. I don't know what that signal is supposed to mean, but that's your street signal in my brain now, dude. I mean, at least for now. I mean, a lot of water. I chugged the water and then I burped water. That sounds visceral. I mean, how many people get to say they've had that exact experience, Nova? Yes, yes, it was. It was hard to drink. Practice, friend. Practice. Try and drink. Try and do that once a day. See if you get better at it. Maybe that's a challenge for you. I challenge you, Nova, to drink that liter of water at the same time every day. I mean, it doesn't have to be at this time. You can set a time. See if you get better at it, and then you report to me. Melt day 555 of drinking 1 more liter of water a day. I feel period. I feel. Where is Joe Bizzle? Is Joe Bizzle not Hizzle? I mean, no. Okay, I thought I was seeing Joe Bizzle's little avatar for a second, but it doesn't seem that way. No, today's stream has me rolling. Thank you, Maxine. It's such a pleasure to be able to share these moments with you. Hello to you, natural composer. Thank you for joining us. Me from India, natural composer. I'm from South Africa. It's nice to have you. More fat plats. Oh, boom. And then we're getting hit by bars of gold. MPX. Gold. I see you, Mel. Thank you, Maxine. I see you too, friend. Love is true. Love is true. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you so much. Okay, love is true. Booper. I hope the blessing, y'all, fall upon you like a gentle rain that nourishes the garden in which we reside. Big love to everyone here. Peace, prosperity, and persistence. Hmm. I see a beautiful, shiny orb set on a golden pedestal that had like a twist to it, but perfectly smooth contact point with the orb. And then it came down, and there was like no way to see through it. So it was like perfectly solid, but it had like a texture onto it, holding it on the ground. Sending you some love, some peace, prosperity, and persistence too. Thank you, Jumpin' Jack. Hey, look who it is. It is insane. How you doing, man? How you doing, insane? How's life treating you, brother Bay? Do let us know. Oh, even Kyle, Birdie Awards. Yeah, we have MPX, dude, single-handedly carrying the entire RPAN financially right now. It's just like straps RPAN to his back, climbs mountains. He's even a Patreon supporter. Like he was straight up dropping platinums and Argentium on one of the I think 3 days ago stream, and I was like, bro, bro, thank you. Um, kind of confused, thank you. Like, universe is just like throwing absolute actual bars of gold, and I'm like, I have a Patreon. If you would like to support this journey, please do. And he now is. So thank you, MPX friend. Thank you so much. Seriously, Thursdays at 8:32. Kyle, so nice to see you too, brother bear. Toast. There is potentially a surprise coming. I don't know if you're gonna like it. I hope you do. I do hope you do. I don't know if it's a selfish surprise. It might be, but it's one that I would like to see, and it's one I'm doing in the spirit of manifesting abundance in the life of someone else. Nice and vague, I know, but it's not a done deal yet, so I don't want to make any promises that I can't keep. Thank you for the timeless beauty, Maxine. No, you. Oh golly, bars of gold, dude. Straight up those. We see you. Thank you for the thank you for the love. Since then, I appreciate you, friend, so much. Stop. That was a generic username chosen by Reddit. Thank you. Street signal. I mean, now it has that. It almost looked like a little creature to me. I don't know if I can show you. Not immediately. I think you can see it, right? Like, little creature. Triangular cube. Cubular triangle. What would his name be? Street signal. MPX. Bet you can't make it 69 awards. You challenge me? Thank you for the love, Fred. Thank you for the harper. This man is good. Your friends are crazy. Just tongue bars of gold. I'm melting right now. Please, I don't know how to handle stuff like this. Just breathe. Gratitude. Thank you. Maxine is like, hey, just you be grateful. That's how you handle it. I'm like, oh yeah. Thank you, Maxine Melt. Did you like my puppy dance move after yoga yesterday? I did, but the bay. I was like thinking about the beat, dude. Like literally just kind of like thinking to myself, a whole club, dude, of dogs. Straight up, vibing. Maybe we could do it as a whole skit, man. Ermias Plur, the best cup. Ever loyal, ever containing water for us to slurp. Isn't he the cutest, hairiest divine being? Eyes that pierces into your soul, dog. I could see the way that they look at you, through the camera, man. The way that they look at one another as well, being able to play. I'm so happy that they have you as a being, like as a home, technically. As a world. You, Gobbledygoo, as their world, man. I'm happy that they have you as a world. Because this dude, MPX, friend, I love you. I appreciate that love so much. Thank you. Thank you. Practicing gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for the coin gift, Maxine. Thank you, friends. Like, I think we're gonna have like an absurd amount of coins after today's stream. Honey. Thank you for the hugs. Thank you for the silver, Maxine. I appreciate the love so much. Except be grateful, be grateful. Maxine, your teacher. Thank you. You're amazing, man. No, you, MPX. You can only see what you are, friend. Like, I've said this so many times on the stream, and in moments like this, it kind of melts me, to see such generosity in the world, to recognize it as generosity, to see it as an experience, an experience that you can give someone. Thank you for teaching me, friend. Thank you for being amazing being yourself. For some reason, I tap beats with my hand or the remote for the TV, always being tuned into a frequency, Nova. Channel that creative energy. It's your muse. They be kissing my face when I'm doing down dog poses. Mine too. Pippi was doing that to me today. I had like an hour and a half we had a power outage today as well. So I had like an hour and a half where I practiced yoga for myself, and in like my downward dog pose, Pippi kind of like came in between my arm next to my head, kind of like pinned in between this space, and kind of was like rubbing her face against mine, and I was like, "Hello, Pippi," and I was like making little kissy noises at her, and just like holding that pose, for the whole of it. It was actually like a little bit of a beautiful moment. Even during these streams, I play my guitar. That sounds beautiful, Nova, and I feel that is one of those things that nobody can take away from you at the end of the day. This time that you spend playing your guitar, practicing that skill, that expression of your music can't be taken away from you. Keep going. Might take us 10 years, might take us 20 years, but eventually we're going to get where we're going. Oh my goodness, God. I gotta share that space with you. That sounds absolutely too wholesome. Imagine that. You do that as like a whole. I don't know if this is the capitalist in me. Damn it. Do tell me. Melty, if I'm too much, but a whole yoga studio where the whole premise is that there is dogs in the yoga studio with you, and it makes the yoga even more difficult because there's dogs everywhere coming and giving you face kisses when you're in your downward dog or in a pose, in like a plank pose. Like it's the ultimate yoga because not only do you have to have your mind calibrated to kind of like keep this pose, but now you have dogs mushing you. It would be beautiful. It would be such a cool yoga. And interestingly enough, Brother Ryan shared with me that is the ultimate yoga. Like the first 2 weeks of me practicing yoga, Pippi did that with me as well, where throughout all of my poses, she was all up in my face, and I had to be like super balanced and super controlled to not like lose my focus as I was going through it. And it would be pretty cool. I don't know if we're actually going to do it because all of the ethics about dogs and like, no, but the idea is can be beautiful in this moment. So thank you for sharing it with me. I like playing guitar. It's great. Find what you love and show up for it. Thank you, Nova, for doing that, friend. Yo, and yo. Thank you for joining us, friend. It's nice to see you too. Thank you for the beating heart, Maxine. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. It's a sister. But thank you, friend, for the love. Thank you for the ching ching pong dropping fat plats. Gabe, I'm deceased. I'm dying too. I'm melting. Straight up being turned into goo right now, Maxine. I'm just being so grateful. Thank you. I cannot like I'm gratitude. I'm melting. My goodness, I cannot even handle it. Reddit hate me. I can't get more coins. They're like, bro, you need to stop. They probably think it's some sort of suspicious activity or something. So what can you do with all the awards you get from gold? Dude, I don't know. I can give it away again, basically. That's the only thing I can do with it apart animator is you can give the awards to someone else. Be sure to check out the community awards. They actually benefit the community. That would be really cool actually. MPX is few figurative. A figurative Reddit sugar dad. Literally. You know. Like you just get Reddit all up on his shoulders. At the best of my goodness. Thank you for the kid. To you too, vaccine. I think I get more coins. There we go. He's back up. So, MPX, if you go and check out the awards we have here on the Haywell here subreddit, you'll see there's some awards that have like specialized, like Love is True, the Uncle Becky, like Gold Knocker Award, which is like a fan favorite, of course. There is, a gem award as well. Where there's this little dog barking next to a van. These awards are of the community, friend, and they might even do more for the community than these gold awards are. I'm not ungrateful. I'm just kind of like making Uncle Becky's voice a little bit louder as well. Love to you, friend, nonetheless. Thank you. Oh, very nice for you to give so much to melt. I'm melting. Thank you, friend. Thank you. The only reason I want Reddit coins is to pump my snoo. What does that even mean, insane? Pump your snoo. Pump my snoo. Like I'm tripping, dude. I believe there's some sort of NFT thing happening with snooze right now, but I haven't really paid attention to it. one noise. Damn. Making it rain on Reddit right now, literally just like throwing gold bars. I don't know if Reddit is your only means of action, you know. But if you really want to send that abundance directly, you can. Like we have a PayPal as well, right? Like it's not that I'm ungrateful. It's just that you're paying Reddit technically. You're paying Reddit, and it could be great for RPAN, as I say, right? In that way, I kind of think it might be a good thing because you are like single-handedly being an extremely loud voice for the future of RPAN. You're like communicating to the actual RPAN moderators that, hey, dude, RPAN is very much alive. So no matter what you choose to do, friend, I'm just melting. Like I'm trying to make sense of it. Really, gave BXR vibes. BXR vibes for you too. Thank you. I think that is a community award, since then. I appreciate it. Missed opportunities. There is only love in this moment. There is only love in this moment. We grasp things to be differently because we conceptualize, but there is only love in this moment. So thank you so much. I haven't seen this much gold drop. I'm just afraid of dropping gold bars, dude. Dropping loads. Gave you dropped. Thank you for the king, friend. Thank you for the love is true, Maxine. Please, friends. Ah, I don't know if this is healthy, but I need to smoke some marijuanas right now. How to be grateful, please, universe. This is what it's gonna be like, huh? Yeah, this is the future we're going into, where the universe is gonna believe in all of us, like pronoia. The universe is gonna conspire to love us. Join me. We're here. We're here, Toast. Toasty the. We're here, Toast. Thank you for being toasty with me right now, man. It's a helicopter flying over there. Who knows? Who knows what is helicopters flying around? This is human beings inside of that helicopter, seeing the perspective, looking down on the ground right now, having these ear things on, super loud. Oh, how grateful am I to have an experience like this? Thank you, 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 thank you. Cheers to all partaking. I'm joining on this little sesh too. Who needs tears? Thank you for tuning into this frequency, friends. With the intention of extreme gratitude, undeniable gratitude, unwavering gratitude, unfaltering gratitude, unbreakable gratitude. You are here now, God. And sober or not, nobody can take that away from you. So much love to you, brother Bear. I would if it was later in the day. Might be a little bit too early. It is setting sun in my area though. Let me actually do this. I don't know if the colors are that great right now, but they might get better as the sun goes lower. Thank you for the crowns that you're giving me, friend. I appreciate it so much. Like you're speaking volumes. Bro, I can subscribe to your Patreon. You already have, I believe. You already have, friend. I mean, I appreciate the love that you share so much. Thank you. Dog kisses are essential part to yoga. There we go. Downward dogs attract your dogs. They do. They unironically do. Actually, it's insane. Like for me, I tripped about it in a energetic level. See you guys. See you, MPX. Thank you so much for all the love you've shared, friend. They're the best people there are. The Patreon garden. Thank you. Yeah, the Patreon garden where all of my flowers grow. Since the very first flower that have sprouted into the infinite internet to the one that there will be today. Thank you, friends, for supporting me. Have a blessed day, friend. Thank you, Uncle Becky, for that love as well. We should have a Sunday morning video chat. Let's do that. Do you want to do it on Discord, Gob? And what time is it gonna be? Post melt stream. Okay. I can't do post melt stream because I have a sangha. So we can actually do that video chat, that morning chat in the sangha. We already have a schedule for that. Even, I'm gonna share the link on my Discord in the Yoga Floga tab. Underneath the notifications. Would love to have you there, brother God. I have to walk around naked Sunday mornings. That sounds like a fun time, actually. Walking around naked. I mean, I hope you're doing it where other people can't see you. I'm sure you would. But walking around naked can be very invigorating. Reminds you of your bare essential humanness. The fact that you can human without anything attached to you. I got gas station coffee and it's so surprisingly good. Technology on B. Everything is going to be good everywhere. It's the future we're heading into. We just have to remember to be grateful. If everything is always good, the only thing you have left is gratitude. There are ducks out, more stoned than me. Oh, goo. I mean, I feel like your sobriety right now is a sense of keenness and a sense of presence that is just as, if not more, valuable. Must return to Naked Monkey. Do it. Do it. Toast. For me, I do it usually at like the morning hours. It's like complete pitch dark. Then I get naked and then I go out and I stand under the stars. Maybe I'll make some noises. Kind of tune back into Monkey. It's fun. The sanghas are great. You make it great. If it wasn't for you, there's nothing. There's like literally no sangha. Then that's the thing. Thank you, Shannon, for doing it with me. Surprisingly good. I live alone. I do that every day. Nice. It's the first sip, Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I got station coffee and it's surprisingly shitty. Two fractals. Two fractals. Look at that. You know, maybe they didn't have the best technology just yet. God. It's just a matter of time, dude. Dutch lifestyle, walk around naked with blinds wide open. Absolute savage. As insane as hunting. Fishing, maybe. I love you's insane. Pimp my snoo. I don't like. What does that mean, dude? What is it? What does pimp my snoo mean? I'm coming over in a couple of months to essay. Yes, you do. Maybe 88 awards. Noise. The synchronicities. I don't know if you friends know, but apparently the number 8 is the one associated with abundance. And we have it's 44 minutes past right now, and there's 34% battery right now, Jovan. It's gonna drop to 33 right now, so it's 44, 33, and we have let me see the views right now. 47. 47 friends in the space right now. Woo! Skip up! Whew. What an experience. You friends always make this such a worthwhile fractal of love. Like almost opening a space in which individual fractals can give their expression. And then it becomes this beautiful unity. It's like I'm just so grateful. Thank you, friends. Helicopter, 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 helicopter. I know where you're going, but I don't know how to go there. I'm sorry, Sensei. Y'all, I'm trying to keep up, but this energy is bunkers. Love you, Mariah. I hope you have an amazing day, homies. Love you, fam. Love you so much, Mariah. Thank you for joining us. I just saw 111. See more. See more. No. See more 111s. Tune into the frequencies. Love you. So much love to you, friends. Abaya Bob. Yes, educational, honey. I agree, friend. Would love you all to join Boop and I for a live talk. We could simulcast on our pan. I have a phone call with brother Ryan directly after the stream, and then one with beloved sister Shannon. I would love to, brother Bay. Unfortunately, I need more planning, dude. We need to communicate if we want things to happen. That's the only way that things happen. Every day is a wellness day when you're around. Thank you, but that's insane. It really is that way. The wholesomeness. You know, Brother Babe, like you do so much as you are. You know, like it really is like actually astounding how much you do. You should allow yourself to rest as well. You you've been burning the candle at both ends, Uncle Becky. I'm not saying this in a way to discourage you. I care about you so much, Brother Bay. You deserve the best, man. You deserve as much love as you give, and who am I to say? I don't know the fullness of your fractal. I couldn't ever. But I would just want you to love yourself even more. Give yourself even more rest. Actually sit down and do nothing for a little bit. Uncle Becky, I feel your energy, Brother Bear. Yes, it's a little bit intimidating, man. Have mercy, Uncle Becky. Have some modesty. I'm of course just like so in awe. I'm honestly in awe, Brother Bear. You do so much. Do something for yourself as well. I love you, man. We all do. We see you. Thank you for creating the Haywire Hill. Here we are streaming on the Haywire Hill right now. It's insane. Every time I throw my mat out, one of the doggos does the downward dog pose. Is like, yeah, I know what she's doing. She's doing that other thing. Every day as well this day. If you feel called to it, there is a way to support Melt and his art from the link tree. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Apart animator. Joy V, I appreciate you sharing that, friend. There is a bunch of ways to support us. If you're here right now, you are. Thank you for that as well. That's the sweetest shit someone has ever said. It is genuinely nice to have you here, Uncle Becky. Like the energy you carry just in your presence is straight up visceral. Just like reading the name Uncle Becky puts me in a whole mind state, dude. You know, where I'm suddenly like, how can I do something to make someone smile? How can I uplift this community even more? How can I share the message that we know is true even harder? You are such an inspiration, Brother Bay. Thank you for the goal. MPX is like, ha! Thought I was gone, did ya? Nah, fam. Here we come again. Skibbity bobbity, scubbity boo. Gold falls on you. Dong dong bong bang bong bong. Straight up gold bars. That's unfortunately that you must rebuy so many yoga mats. That's why you keep throwing them out. Spam the community awards. Done 100, 100 awards been done. Thank you for the love, friend. It was in the dark and I heard some sounds. It would scare the crap out of me. I see 101. Here he comes again. Gold awards. You make your snooze look cool with premium clothing. You buy with Reddit coins. Please no, it's insane. You are being sarcastic, right? Like that is what's happening. You're like laughing at what's happening with the economics of that whole situation. You're being like, huh, look at these things. You're not actually doing it, please. No, it's insane. We can't though. We cannot. I know it's I know, kind of ironic because I feel like I have to. you know, you know, it's the same. Thanks for being amazing humans. No, you've been here with us the whole time. Who needs tears? You've made the stream what it is. Your energy, you being here, the same. Every single one of you, reading your name, brings back everything we've said before, all the conversations we've had, all of the fractals we've experienced together, and we're carrying that with us actively, growing that fractal, growing our capacity to love one another. Thank you, Who Needs Tears, for being a note of that today. Shannon, Nova, so much love to you, friends. Let's pull some cards before the light goes completely away. Skibidi boop. This way I'm also seeing the cards. We're growing and melting away. The parts of us that do not serve us are melting away. The parts of us that are us are showing up night into day. Night into day. I'm going into night You're going into your day. Card number 32. 29% battery right now. Yay card. Yay card, Shannon. I'm so excited as well. I'm going to show it to you again so you can see a little bit better. I mean, the light isn't perfect right now, but maybe enough to see some. It's a beautiful card. There's owls. There are hawks. Yes, there are hawks in fact as well. Yes, yes. Of course, universe. I'm at 77% Shanners. I'm not even remotely surprised, but beautifully intrigued. It's a beautiful card. And the core topic is graceful transitions. Magic and grace fills the movement just as dawn is breaking. This is a time of transition, dark into light. As the world turns and displays a new day, owls guard the sky as hawks patrol the day. Golden spirals form a dynamic flower, spinning the blossom of graceful transitions. Transition is afoot in your life. Each one of us is continuously shifting, expanding, and transforming. And it definitely says here, and melting. Change may seem so gradual that you hardly notice, or you may be poised in the moment between night and day, about to embark on major life transitions. Whether these transformations were brought about your circumstances or by your own intentions, you are required to expand your vision of what is possible and embrace your desire for joy, growth, and freedom. The age in which we live spins so fast that sometimes it feels as if we are just beginning to understand how one event has touched us when another arrives without warning. Realize that even radical change does not have to be traumatic. How may you more gracefully accept and move through the events in your life? How may the way you view change help your evolution to flower more gracefully? You are invited to view each transition you experience as another one of life's adventures. Allow the owl and hawk on this card to symbolize a knowing that you are guided and protected in your personal evolution. As you consciously move out of darkness into the morning light, let this card be a signpost of graceful transitions. Whew. Yeah, Maxine, this is the reality we've created, so we can't be surprised. We can only be grateful. Sabadup, skibbity bop bop, bottom up. The universe always knows. It pays attention, Maxine. It really pays attention to the intentions we put out, and then it gives you the result. It's like almost like inputting nodes on like this grand computer. You as the interface. It's kind of fantastical. Hey, Amanda! Graceful transitions. Sounds like I needed to hear that. Got a lot of health issues going on and changing meds. Hopefully, gracefully. I believe in you, Amanda. Take care of yourself, friend. I know you will. I believe in you. You've been strong enough to be in this moment up to this point. I believe you'll be strong enough to be with us in more of these. The universe pays attention more than we know. It really does, Nova, and it becomes almost like daunting when you really start to pay attention to it. Thank you, friends, for paying attention. Whew. You, as the universe, paying attention. Ooh, can I have a card pulled? Kinko? Yes, you can. I must nap because my eyes are heavy and I'm going out wild. Mefrofanat. I'm going out with Mefrofanat. Wait for the card first. Thank you, Sensane. I hope it was beautiful to you too, friend. We have Kinko asking for a card. We'll pull him this one. Upside down Gaia grid. Gaia grid. How cool. Card number 58. Not all who wander are lost, is the upside down interpretation. How beautifully short and sweet. Thank you, friends, for joining me. Love to you. Thank you for joining. Like, I'm tripping out. Love is true. Thank you for like showing me actively that love is in fact true. Just by being you, it means so much. I'm seeing Kamari perform live tonight, live in person. What an absolute gangster! Brag, why don't you? Have a good time, dude. Live vicariously for all of us. I hope it's beautiful, man. I'm sure it will be. Radical change does not have to be dramatic. Hit deeply. New eyes, Melty. Thank you, Maxine, for showing up to see friend. Whew. The stream title was about looking for the bad things, right? And I did kind of show up in a little bit of a mood. Huh? Little bit of a mood. And yet, here we are at the end of it, having gracefully transitioned night into light. Thank you, friends, for being that, for doing it with me. Brother Dan, what a pleasure to have you here. If you would be willing, just reverse like maybe 11 minutes or something and check out like the last 11 minutes. We got to pull a card that was so beautifully synchronous with just everything that we've been through today. It's so beautiful. In card readings, it's strange how certain cards turn upside down for you. It's all you interacting with some sort of matrix that is ultimately the universe, friend. It is but a derivative of that. There is the infinite, and then we try to categorize the infinite into little fractals of themselves. And in this case, those fractals happen to be sacred geometry, which does tickle a part of my brain, because sacred geometry to me is the fractal expression of mathematics, the underlying mathematics of the universe, the very thing that allowed for the conditions that we see around us. And everything you have in your environment follows that fractal reality. Everything's a fractal, just of itself. It doesn't have to be a fractal of something definable because it is a fractal in and of itself. And that's you. That's all of us. And we get to be that. So this is just a small fractal in the same way. It's a means to experience a certain set of noise. And then we get to pull information from our immediate environment, from our life experience, from the things that we've been through recently. Love is true. Maxine, thank you. Friends on B, Chauvin, it's insane if you're still here. MXP, Nova, Brother Dan, who needs tears if you're still here? Maybe Mariah and Amanda. I love you, friends. Thank you for joining me. I wonder if Brother Toast is here as well. Maybe not anymore. To show up in a way that I didn't even know was possible. Knowing that you friends show up with me, that you're living these full lives, that you're creating, you're experiencing, you're sharing love, you're caring about things. Just that. You care about things. Within this world that is, so much darkness, right? On a mathematical, real level, there is more darkness, void, nothingness than there is somethingness. And within that infinite nothingness, that little bit of somethingness has even little bits of somethingness on it, and that's you, that's us. And we get to make within all of that nothingness, within that somethingness, we get to be light. We get to be grateful. We get to be thankful. We get to care. We get to love. Thank you, friends. Beautiful scenery. Blunt Narwhal, where do you live? I live in South Africa, friend. Thank you for joining us and for sharing some space. You guys make my day so much brighter. Thank you all so much. I hope everyone has an amazing day full of love and abundance. Thank you, Maxine, for spending some time in love and abundance with us, for contributing to the love and abundance that is in this space. I appreciate it so much. Uncle Becky, I hope you'll have a great day. For what is worth, a great day be it didn't have. For what would a great day be if it didn't have you in it? Whew, what beautiful words, Uncle Becky. What would a great day be if it didn't have you in it? Because without you in this day, there would be this you sized gap, hole, void within this infinite universe. That's not possible. We can't have that. We need you. We desperately need you. Otherwise, there couldn't be what we have right now. Thank you, friends, for continuing. Take care, everybody. Have a good evening, Mel. Have a good evening, Joy. I look forward to seeing you, friends, tomorrow. Same to you, friend. I look forward to seeing you on the stream on Hayward Hill. Whoa, whoa. When is Max Bean streaming? When is Max Bean streaming? Are you going to be painting soon, friend? Do let us know. I'll wait for you to let us know. Maybe we can have the friends. I mean, Uncle Becky asked that you friends join him on the talk though. So if you friends would like to join there, please do. Uncle Becky would love to have you there. Have some cool conversations. Toasty, just sharing so much love with you. Okay, goodbye, Mel. Man, this positivity is affecting me in weird ways. Get positive. Drink your water. Get fit. And fit can be whatever it is to you. Doesn't have to be a certain body type. It just means letting your body move. Almost like taking a dog for a walk, except you are your ultimate pet, having to do all of this maintenance, brush your own teeth and comb your own hair and shower your own body. It's like a pet you're taking care of. And this pet also, in fact, needs to go and run around in the fields, go for walks. Take care of your pet friend. When I get the courage again. Thank you, Maxine. Know that you are loved and seen, friend. To honor Melt. You see? This is what I'm talking about. I'll go back. Now I'm melting even more, dude. Oh, I appreciate that. Melt goes, Uncle Becky, you do too much. You share too much love. Uncle Becky goes, oh yeah, watch me. Watch me melt. I'm watching Uncle Becky. I see, Brother Bear. Thank you so much. I can't stand live talks. Beansy, you can do it. The live talks, I feel I need to see faces. Maybe that's what it is for me, Gob. I need to see faces, dude. Like that's the only way that I feel, and I feel it's almost like only now I realize why I've been feeling the way I've been feeling. Melting, thank you Nova for melting with me. I'm so happy. It's weird. Feel that happiness, friend, and realize. And this is the I feel the most important point. That happiness you're feeling isn't because of me, isn't because of this space, isn't because of what we're doing. We are contributing, surely, right now. But the happiness you're feeling is inside of you. It's not coming from anywhere else. It is you. Realize that you deserve to be happy. That it just takes you recognizing that and allowing yourself to breathe. Be grateful. We love you, friend. You deserve to be happy. Please do believe that about yourself. Means you can do it. I haven't caught one of the lives, but Uncle Becky was telling me about the positivity and creativity. Please know you were loved and welcome. Thank you so much, Maxine. I look forward to seeing her stream on the Haywire Hill. It's gonna be beautiful. I think it's a live stream, not talk when it's down for either. I think, as long as we can share love, it's gonna be perfect. Thank you, friends. Wow, that's just trippy. It's you, Nova. It's you. I'm another version of you, having lived my life experience, having had the opportunity to learn the things that I've learned, to be in this moment, having this moment with you. I'm no different. I'm no different. I've just had different experiences. And we get to have this experience together now. If not for you, this experience doesn't exist. Recognize that about yourself. I'm changing the world 2 times with live talks. It is a tool with the bag. I like that. I believe in that, Uncle Becky. But if we could have faces in that space as well, actually be able to see one another, I feel it would be perfect. But I don't know what it is. Disembodiment, because the podcast is basically that. The gravity of the situation, my social anxiety. Take out the real lens, you know, pull like melts down all of the layers, gets down to the real root cause. Oh goodness, love is true. Thank you, Uncle Becky, for changing the world, Brother Bear. That's your tool and your bag, Brother Bear, because you're the one carrying it so actively. I feel this is the one I'm trying to carry. Maybe I'm just a little bit heavy right now, and I'd fully admit to that as well. I have definitely been heavy, but I cannot stress what lightness you friends bring to me. I hope I can do the same. Thank you for allowing me to. So, is the sadness we feel inside of us too? Of course, Nova. Of course. But more important than, really kind of realizing that we're feeling sad sometimes is coming to the awareness that we get to feel good as well. And it's always a influx between those two experiences. Instead of grasping for it to be one way or another, we just are. And I'm saying this from the perspective of actively learning that lesson in my day-to-day life. Like, I'm not even close to perfecting that, but that is the best answer that I've come up with, in trying to like steer myself in the right direction. Is just to be with the feelings, to get better at feeling instead of just being concerned of feeling better, to get better at feeling the sadness instead of just trying to feel happy. That's the way forward, Brother Bear. Feel into your stuff. That's what I'm trying to do. So involved with. I want to help pull in video to talks, and I'm here for you, Brother Bear. Here we are doing the same thing, man. It's just different expressions thereof. By forming the proper relationships, it can be done, and presenting proper content to the crafters. We're here doing that, Brother Bear, actively. Like, this is the process. I appreciate you so much for playing such an active role, being such a node, within this expression. Like, the amount of dedication you have, I wish people could actually understand it. I don't even properly understand it, but the gravity of, like, if you want to think about an idea as, and I do, of an idea as like a three-dimensional hyper transforming object, this idea that Uncle Becky has for this community, he has contributed so much mental energy to it that this hyperdimensional object that is ever transforming has gained mass with the amount of information that it has, and every single, like, wherever Uncle Becky goes, that idea is inside of his mind. He has generated the gravity of that understanding, has been manifesting the reality that is coming towards his life, and it's so powerful that people notice, like, people notice without being able to understand what they're seeing. And I say this about Uncle Becky, and I can feel you friends hearing it about yourselves, because it's the truth. That is what you are. That is what all of us are. We just have to show up for that part of ourselves. I'm beautifully broken. You're here now, Uncle Becky. You're here now, Brother Bear. It's nothing to have, it's nothing to want, it's nothing to grasp for. Just for a moment, I know you can't live in that state forever, but at least allow it for a few moments in your day. Aren't we all? Yes. We all just are in that I am beingness. The sound of the birds. Can you hear that? So dramatic. It's gorgeous. You, Mike. What was that? That was a strong accent, this word. You make life worth living, friends. Every single one of you inspire me to see. I want to see all of you become your best selves. I never mean to apply pressure. I'm just excited. Love makes me excited. Me too, Uncle Pecky. Me too, Brother Bear. I just proportionately melt. Right. I make sure I melt a certain amount so that I can continue to melt more so that I don't melt down. Right? Mindfully melting more instead of melting down. 11:11, Maxine, and I feel this is a beautiful moment to say goodbye. The community makes me excited. You make us excited, Uncle Becky. 11:11 to you too. Love to you, friends. So much love to you. Thank you for tuning into these frequencies with me. And at this moment, we have 55 friends watching right now. I love you, friends, dearly. It is 12 on my phone right now and 13% battery on my phone right now, Jovan. Let's see if we're going to be lucky enough to see it tick into 12:12. If it ticks into 12:12, I'm gonna finish the stream. Love to you. I love you, Jovan. I love you. I love you, dear friends. If you haven't heard the words I love you today, okay, it ticked up to 13. So it's now 13:13 on my battery. I love you, friends. Thank you for tuning into these frequencies with me. I'll see you again tomorrow. I look forward to it already. And yeah, 144 and 1313 collapsed into two digits is 44 as well. Meltdown! No meltdowns, only melt-mores. Love you, Uncle Becky. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you friends again tomorrow. Goodbye. 55 people. 55 people, Nova. 55 human beings in a space, dude. Isn't it amazing? And here you are, me and you in this space. Isn't it amazing? And we have other friends still in this space with us. Four other friends in this space. Isn't it amazing? You are amazing. I love you, friends. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.